we're live, so I'll say indeed, greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you so much for joining me here again today, for sharing the space with me, for making existence just, even if it's only a little bit better. Thank you. Like, I have a bunch of sand on my cushion because it's not just mine. The dogs also know it's their cushions, so they, they utilize it. I'm sorry about the banging noises. It cannot be helped. Okay, before I start, actually, before I start, I am going to read something worth saying. It's been quite a while. It's been a whole week, so I feel it's appropriate to say some things worth saying. Ooh, what a great thing worth saying. It goes, there is nothing you can wait for that will bring you the love you already have inside you. There is nothing you can wait for. It will bring you the love you already have inside you. Man, that really makes me happy to read. And I feel it does somewhat align with today's topic, today's intention, today's feeling of making existence better. Terence McKenna had this beautiful talk, or quote rather, where he says, love is the only truth. And if you know that love is the only truth, the only thing that you can do in this life is make existence better, make existence more bearable, make existence enjoyable for those that are going to be around you. You know, if you're going to do anything, if you're going to do anything, make those around you feel loved. And if you do that, if you only do that, you're going to be successful. We have a puppy joining us. She, man, she's been getting into something stinky. It really doesn't smell good. It smells like, I don't know. It smells like death, but not just straight death. Like after the death calmed down a little bit. That's what she smells like. Peppy, sy mo nie ryk sy nie. Yeah. Existence. I just bake things. And bake babies. You do much more than just that, Candace. You do much more. Thank you for joining us, my friend. It's so nice to have you here. Talia is here as well. Mommy's pretty boy, even. Hello to you. How did it go with your studies, my friend? You said you have to write your test on Sunday. Is it tomorrow? How have you been feeling? Or is it? I'm guessing it's on Monday, probably. Can't imagine you writing tests in high school on a Sunday. That doesn't sound pleasant, Lamar. No. Especially since I have a very, I would say a keen sense of smell. Like before I eat something, before it is allowed inside of my mouth, I have to smell it first. And it's this a running joke basically in my family at the moment, to watch me before I eat anything because I almost like a little puppy. I'll be like, oh it is. Because technically 60% of your smell, comes from your nose. So if I can smell it and if my nose is telling me you're doing fine, then I can eat it actually. And then, one of these little dudes roll in dead things and then they come and sit on your lap. And now instead of it just being this smell somewhere you can move away from, now the smell is as a heartbeat. It breathes. Bettering existence. Bettering on the one side, existence on the other side. To bettering existence, friends. Bettering existence. Bettering the experience of having to exist. Because sometimes it feels like we're forced into this, and it feels especially so if we're in the presence of people in a situation in a circumstance that we feel we don't have that anymore. You know, we don't have that agency, that freedom anymore. So if you feel like that, try and make life better for other people. If you think other people might feel like that, try and make life better for them as well. And that's the only thing we can do, is try and make life better for all of us inclusively. How are you? Fine. How are you? Inspired already? Yes, we are. Ryan, today's message came to me 11 minutes past 7 a.m. So last night I went to bed repeating over and over again in my head, hey, little bug, repeating over and over again in my head, I want a message, I want a message, I want a message. And went to bed, woke up, started talking to, who did I talk to? I think it was Toasty actually. Yeah. And then this message came. This message came. It was like, yep, if you're gonna do anything, make others' lives better. Whew. Thank you for joining us, Ryan. Thank you for sharing the space, my friend. How are you doing? How are you feeling today? Love this intention. Thank you so much for sharing it with me. A lot of things happened today. A lot. No, tell me. Tell me, mommy's pretty boy. Tell me what's been going on, dude. I'm curious. You have my attention. You have all of our attentions, my pretty boy. What happened, dude? Like, I'm curious. Let me do it like this. I'm curious what a lot is in the mind of a high schooler. Not that your interpretation is going to be any less valuable. I'm just curious to see through your eyes into that life again. I was thinking about being in high school again today and what an experience that was. Again, in this context of making life better, you know, I feel if I knew this, if I knew that one of the beautiful parts of life can be making existence better for other beings, maybe it would have been a little bit easier. But yeah, it's not always easy for us to do that, even if we know that, right? How can we do it more? How can we make existence for each other a little bit more bearable? I feel acceptance. Come on, dude. Stop being rude, Fly. Stop sitting on me, dude. Like, it's okay if he was sitting on me, just chilling. But now he's running around, tickling my underarm. Little asshole. Stop making existence not better for me. I just got back from working a 12 and a half hour shift. Have 2 more nights to go. Okay, not a college dropout. It's so weird your username is that on top of what you just said. Even if you were, that wouldn't matter too much, you know, in any way. But thank you, dude, for joining us and for sharing the space. Why are you working these night shifts? Why do you have to do a certain amount of them? Did you sign up for a certain amount of them? Do they do they pay you efficiently, adequately, rather would be the right word for your nightly work hours? Like, tell me about it, friend. Tell me about it. And actually, tell me about it in context of, is it making either your life or the life of someone else better? Is it making their existence, your existence, a little bit better? I'm curious. Bro, you wanna smoke Sharpie ink? No, friend. The Sharpie ink is on a Garrick. No, no burning of the Garrick. You can technically burn the Garrick if you really want to, but if you're smoking your Garricks, then maybe you should stop. Night shifts are awesome. They can be very tranquil. They can be very, very tranquil. But they can be pretty lonely as well. Night shifts with someone else. Damn, now you're talking. That can be an experience as well. Sending strength, energy, health, peace, and true love. Veve world, thank you so much for your beautiful intentions. I appreciate that so much. How are you doing? Cling to the good. Thank you so much for joining us again. It's so nice to have you here, my friend. How are you doing? Ninja is here as well. Even our bearded Kaya Troyet. Kaya Troyet? I keep saying that name incorrectly. Good morning, brother. Would love to see your farm sometime. So, on that note, the bearded gentleman, the bearded witch. I think I can. Are you okay with that? The bearded witch. Can you call a man a witch? Fuck gender norms. Calls you a witch anyway, sucker witch. Okay, so what did I want to say? Oh yeah, okay. So you friends, Jovan and a bunch of friends. Jovan is the one that set it up. Like started a GoFundMe, collected X amount of money. Like the goal was to be $444. It ended up being $488. And Blushing in the Sky also donated, I think, $75. So that amount happens to be the exact amount to get that camera that we were hinting at, if you will, at the like a month or two ago when they had that whole raffle slash giveaway slash Artpan is going to give back to their creators. But even though we qualified, if you will, to be one of the creators that will be given to, the budget was like under like $100, under $100 per item, and the camera is like 500 and something dollars. But now, because of your friends' help, we can actually get the camera. And this camera is like a 360 camera. So, a very long winded way of saying that I could actually now, if I get that camera, which I want to, I could roam with that. One potential, actually have like footage that's cut together in a flowy way, just to be kind of whooshy. And the other potential is to just give you straight three-dimensional, like 360 view content. And then as I move through the space, as I move through the farm, you can literally have your phone and be like, oh, I want to see what's here. I want to see what this like. You can do that. So yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. Like unfortunately, we don't have stock in South Africa of those cameras, so I'm gonna have to get it from America or something. So much nonsense. Did I miss anything else? I think Candace said, last night I had a dream I was having octuplets, 8 kids at one time. Candace. So, I've never thought I would ever say this, but I hope your dreams don't come true. 8 kids at the same time! At the same time growing in your body. No. No. Please, no. Don't do that to yourself, Candace. Don't do that to yourself. If that had to happen, you'd be like, okay, guess I'm having 8 kids now. Extra. 12 kids total. Let's go. I would just see Candace being even more of a super mom than she already is. Reddit was dead. I'm back now. Hello to you, Talita. Talia. Thank you for joining us again. Me too. Too many. I already have 4. I don't want a football team family. Football team family would be right. I mean, you see. 8 kids at once. my brain doesn't even have the capacity to imagine having one kid. Not even one kid like processes properly in my brain. Never mind 8 of them. 8 kids. Yeah, it would be an experience. I mean, it's happened, right? I think it's happened. Ja, hoeveel mense het al oorleef? Hmm. Okay, so apparently the most is 8 that has ever been, but 2 of the children unfortunately has some disabilities. But yeah, I mean it's possible. 6. Let's say 6. Imagine having 6 siblings that happen to be your exact same age. You get to watch grow up. Imagine the amount of interaction and communication you'd be able to have with them. The amount of insight and perspective you'll get. Damn. It would be quite cool actually. Hmm. Hmm. This Candace, you cracked me up. I love you so much, friend. Hello to you again, mommy's pretty boy. Night shift generally pay a bit more, maybe $1 more per hour, I'm guessing, and are way less stressful, in my opinion. I feel that way, definitely, Ninja. Like, yo, the biggest problem with night shift is the social aspect. If you're working night shifts and you want to be social in your after hours when other people's have after hours, and then it's kind of a yikes, if you will. But if you're like me, you tend to be a little bit of a recluse, then it works out perfectly. I wonder though if it's all healthy, because of the whole breaking out of the normal circadian rhythm. That's the word. Yeah. Apparently, it's not that great for you. At least I think I read a study about it someday. They have this new drug that keeps people awake and keeps mice awake as well. It okay, so they did a study and they gave these mice these compounds that made them exhibit wakefulness, alertness, memory. And what's weird is that when these mice are sleep deprived and then they get the drug, they perform better than they did when they were just sleeping normally. And it's a little bit concerning because we as human beings are already, I wouldn't say almost are abusing caffeine. We're not abusing caffeine really, but we're, I wouldn't say almost dependent as a society on caffeine. A lot of people drink coffee to get through the day, if you will. So if a drug like that becomes readily available and people can have their coffee and drink it too, and then drink some more, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be that good. I don't know if it's gonna be that good. People running themselves to the bone for what? Running where? Uh huh. Where are we going? We're just here. All we can be is here. 4 days every other week, then 3 days a week. And then 3 day weeks, I'm guessing. Always on my feet. Oh! Bruh, that's so much worse. Like when I was thinking night shift jobs, I was kind of imagining like a security guard or something like that. So you might have rounds that you have to do, and then you can sit down and maybe like look at security cameras or something. But being on your feet for your entire night shift, oh man, why? Do you have to be on your feet? Is the only way? Good to hear. You're all right, pretty boy. Me too. You can technically burn anything if you try hard enough. Lol. But here, that's the chemist in me. Technically, yeah, Kling, you are right. You are right about that. If you have enough heat and pressure as well, you can burn anything. Anything can be combusted, even even gold. It just needs to get hot enough. Goodness, I'm so hot, and I'm gonna get myself a glass of water. I forgot to bring myself a bottle, but I brought my glass. Go figure. Whew. Hermes Plur, friends. God uplifts, peace, love, unity, and respect. $2 more where I work. If could see, I could see, I guess, being less stressful in a hospital, but in production, it's all the same. Oh yeah, for sure. That's why I was a little bit. I don't know, I was shocked, but I was just a little bit. I felt for you for a second. I felt for you. I'm feeling for you right now as well, man. Is this live tickets? Yeah, yeah, this is live, dude. Here we are, man, in this moment. I'll share what happened with me today. I'll take like a 13 paragraph article, but I'll get some time on my hands. That sounds good. That sounds good, mommy. I look forward to it. Just like a disclaimer, I guess. Like there's a character limit on the Reddit comments. So don't indefinitely type and then hit the send button because the rest of your message is gonna just disappear into the ethereal. And I don't want to experience that from your perspective because I know how painful that is when you type a message out and then it doesn't send out properly and then you don't have your message anymore. But was really chuffed. Like you edited like 2 times. You made sure to have a good message, and then suddenly it's gone. Just gone. Ah yes, Gling. Also, I've looked into that treatment you've sent me. I actually also have recreational experience with esketamine. I've I'd never I'd have never expected it could be used for depression treatment. That's awesome. You get more and more things, like that's one of the weird things that's happening in our society right now as well, is that because we're in the middle of a mental health epidemic, a bunch of people are like asking when is the next mental health drug coming out, when mental health drugs is not what we're looking for right now. They can help, and in the case of Cling to the Good, she has treatment resistant depression, and this compound has helped her with her depression. But we are depressed, we are sad as a society because of the stuff that we see around us, the way we treat individuals that don't have the means to stop being treated like that. And it sounds like it's a victim mentality, but it's individuals as well. Like if you I'm thinking about our friend Edmund right now. He moved to a town in Texas. They pay him just a little bit over $7.25. And now, because he doesn't earn a lot of money and he has to pay for his apartment, he's kind of stuck in this back and forth loop of feeling like he doesn't have enough in the space where he is right now, and then at the same time not being able to get away from that space because it's not financially feasible to do so. And then that back and forth, back and forth. And then I want to do something. There's something that I want to do about it. And then I know the only thing that I can do in this moment is try and make existence better for him. That's the only thing we can do for one another. Is just try and make existence a little bit better for each other. What is the puppets? What is puppets chewing on? I don't know. Is she chewing on something right now? He is. It looks like a leaf. One of those leaves that pull off from the plant. Looks like a lizard tail. Oh, I see. You can see her in the background chewing on things. No, it crackles. I don't think it's a lizard's tail. I think that would be even cooler than. Yes, Kling. Hi for everyone. What are we doing here? We share space. Tickets of the future. We share space in this space, my friend. We have conversations. We allow ourselves to feel. We allow ourselves to feel. Today's topic, today's message, if you will, that I felt came to me was bettering the existence of those around us. You know, instead of being abrasive, instead of being harmful, instead of being resentful in any particular situation, we can be the opposite of that. We can be the opposite of that with the intent of making the lives of others better. Because if others' lives are better, by extension, so are ours. Because when it comes time to be them, their life is going to be better, and then you, as them, is going to have a better life. or maybe they'll just be happy, if you don't believe in all of the other stuff. Maybe they'll be happy. And that happiness is something that nobody can ever take from them. That moment, because they're happy, is now a net positive. In the grand scheme of things, in that moment, things were better instead of worse. And you made that happen. You made that happen. You can make things happen. You can make things better instead of worse. And that power is with every single one of us, friends. I don't know. I work in a chemical plant. The nights have way less management, no office folk, and it breaks can be a few minutes longer. Ninja, yeah, especially in those cases, when you don't have, I want to say, watchful eyes, people peering. And weirdly enough, that's also a management fail. It's a big management fail. Like you shouldn't be checking in on your employees, making sure they don't take breaks. You should be trying to help them. You should be, if you're going to go to your employees, if you're going to go and check up on your employees, check up on them and ask them, can I help you with something? Is there anything I can do that's going to make your work, your life, your experience here a little bit better? and it's the same actions leading up to, but because of the shifting in perspective, because of the shifting from get back to work or why aren't you doing your work, it's can I help you with something? You know, is there anything that I can bring you? Anything that I can give you that will make things a little bit easier? Peppy, she's trying to lay here next to me, but she's like just laying on the cushion a little bit. Hey, stink. You're stinking. You're a stinky dog. So stinky. Looks warm there. It's blazing. I'm actually like, I'm melting. I'm my entire midsection is like completely sweated. It's so warm. Ah, Mel, there's such an awesome idea with that 360 view. It's gonna happen, Talia. Like these things, they're gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. I want to do so much, friends. I want to do so much for you and like help you experience, not help you experience, allow you to experience beautiful things. But I need the means to do so. Ooh, let me show you something. We're only gonna show you YouTube friends. Sorry, like Reddit friends. Sorry, YouTube friends. Look at this dude. You trying to steal some of my weed? I've never seen a wasp like that. I don't think he's doing too well. It looks like one of his wings got wrecked. I'm sorry, dude. I hope you can use some of that weed. And then we have this little dude sitting up against me. It's so warm, and she knows. Like I don't think she's gonna last long. I think my heat is gonna transfer to her, and then she's gonna be like, nah, 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 no more of that. Man, I think I skipped some. Thank you for the gold. Ticket of the future. Thank you for the gold, friend. What quality are you smoking? I mean, tops, I guess you call it. This is what my bud looks like. Can I focus it? If you're really curious, these buds came out a little bit fluffy, but they also came out super duper strong. So I'm very happy. It's homegrown. It's homegrown. Wow, thanks so much. I'm so pleased that it looked up, that you looked out. You checked it out. Thank you for sharing it with us, Ling, genuinely. Well, buddy boyos, I just took a sleeping pill because I have to get up tonight at 7. Good luck on the streams. Love the positive vibes. Love you. Thank you, friend, for sharing some time with us. I hope you have an amazing rest, if you will. Yes, Ling, thank you for sharing. Absolutely. Stay safe, brother. Get some sleep. Not a problem at all. Thank you. Night shift is terrible for your health, or maybe rotating shifts at least. Takes like 10 years of your life or something like that. You see, I knew it was something ridiculous like that. Oh, she stinks. But I love her so much, so I'm not gonna shoo her away. Like it's not good. It's not good. Sadly, I gotta go already. It's okay, Talia. Thank you for sharing time with us, even for a second. Wishing you all a very happy time. So much love to you. Drugs are bad, okay? Comic Con artist. I agree. You know, caffeine apparently speeds up your heartbeat, dude. Oh no. Alcohol upregulates, the release of dopamine and GABA. Oh no. Smoking marijuana, technically they contain cannabinoids. We have endocannabinoid systems in our bodies. Those cannabinoids we smoke bond to our endocannabinoid systems, and then we experience our endocannabinoid systems. Oh no. Oh no. She actually went and moved away. Oh, I knew it was too hot. Yo, we've got horns again. Yes, we've got horns again. Thank you for joining us, Fire Meeting Jenny. It's so nice having you here. How have you been, friend? Bye. Bye, you. Bye to you. Jem is here as well. Thank you for joining us. So, like now that Jem is here, I wanna share this with you friends again. Maybe create some excitement, inquiry, maybe. But before I do, I'm going to light this joint. The intention is bettering existence. And it's not said or thought of from the perspective of, oh, I know so much, I can make this existence better. No. It's not that context. It is in the context of doing things in your power, in your capacity, in your expression of light to make the existence of other people's lives a little bit better. Just helping them, listening to them, seeing them. We deserve to have a good time here, friends. We really do. And we rob ourselves of that opportunity, of that possibility sometimes. And then if we feel we've been robbed of that, even by ourselves, sometimes we tend to try and take it from others as well, leaving us all with less. We can either leave ourselves with less, we can either leave everyone with less, or we can leave everyone with more. And it's actively our choice to do so. Dude, some people need proper medication. Dude, I'm not saying people don't need proper education, uh, proper medication. I'm not saying that people don't need that. I'm not trying to demonize any of it. I know that you're not, and you're talking to the other friend. We're accepting of one another, accepting of everything. I love all of the birds I can hear in the background. I'm somewhere that just got a foot of snow. Ooh, Ophelia, thank you for joining us, my friend. Ophelia. Ophelia. Is that you, Alexis? Is it? If it is, it's and I see you again. I missed you. I missed you. I've thought about you a lot. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for listening to the birds with me. There's so many of them. So many beautiful birds. Thank you genuinely for joining me. Same. We got our dumping yesterday. About the same amount. So much no. Drugs overall are just bad. They will get you arrested. Mean Cell. On that note, fortunately, I'm unable, if you will, to get arrested in South Africa for marijuana now. It's been decriminalized. So what I'm doing right now, quite literally, has no criminal offense. As in, I can't get arrested. I can even grow my own plant. So I can put seeds in grounds, add waters to them grounds, have some sunlight, and then a plant grows. I can do that. It's so fucking stupid that some people aren't allowed to do that. It's like, yeah, no, putting seeds in grounds and letting them grow, that's a big no go, dude. But why? Because it's a very specific plant. But why? Because because just because. Stop asking questions. It depends on where you live and how much you have on you and how sketchy you're being. All of those definitely have an effect. I agree completely, Ninja. I just finished. Drugs in the US are not legal. Mean Cell, what does things being legal mean to you? Like when I hear people say things like that to me, I just and I'm not trying to be mean at all. The initial response in my heart is they've won, if you will. The government, the indoctrination, the brainwashing has worked. It worked on you, because now you're so fixated on this government's law, this government's rule system, and on top of that, this government's monopoly on violence, that you project that into the world as an individual, as you can create anything, you can do anything, and instead you tout government propaganda. Drugs are not bad, dude. Who told you drugs are bad? Who told you drugs are bad? Human beings can be bad. Absolutely, I concede. But a drug is a compound. It's a chemical. It's like a piece of dirt on the ground. You know, a drug is not a bad thing. If a human being abuses that drug, it could be a bad thing. If a human being hurts other beings because of a drug, that could be a bad thing. I concede. But drugs in themselves don't do that. People do that. It's the whole guns don't shoot people, people shoot people argument as well, right? But I understand it's not exactly the same. You're like, no, Melt, you're going backwards. Going backwards. My point is that human beings need to have sovereignty over their own choices, And I guess you having sovereignty over your own choices, you choose to accept your choices getting taken away. And I guess that's a choice as well, and I accept that. And I love you nonetheless for it. But I cannot live in a world, live according to a doctrine that tells me I'm not allowed to explore, experience my own consciousness. And I'm I'm very pro legalize everything when it comes to substances, especially because right now the most dangerous part of the substances world are the people that are selling them. Again, drugs aren't bad, people can be bad. And because people tend to be, can be bad in those type of sectors, and finances is technically what they're doing it for. They're not doing, they're not giving you these things with the incentive of you having the best possible time. They're doing it with the incentive of one, selling you a product, two, potentially having you get addicted to that product, and three, having you come back for more of that product, creating the cycle all over again. So that's the one of the fundamental drives of, a dealer out in the streets, for example. If we can legalize everything and we can set up, a proper pharmacy, and, have it not be absolutely ridiculously priced as well, that's going to be a whole other mess. But it's completely possible if we utilize the funds we spend on trying to criminalize, trying to abolish the drug world, and we reinvest it into the drug world, a more unified system where we actually have access to what we know we have access to. If you want to buy, let's say A, and this is just, I'm just saying the letter A. If you want to get A, you're gonna get A. You're not gonna get A mixed with a little bit of B and maybe a speck of C, so that you can try and come back for A again and then get all of those other things, and then C makes you a little bit more willing to get A again, and then creating a cycle. Now you actually get what you want, and on top of that, you get a clean product. You get what you're supposed to get, and then associated with all of those previous things I said, we have to have proper education. We have to educate people about what these things are and about what they do to our bodies. Because human beings, the human being has been using substances for as long as the human being has been a human being. I'm guaranteed sure about that. If you look at our ancient burials, we found, I think, a 4,500-year-old corpse buried with cannabis. She literally had cannabis resin buried with her. 4,500 years ago, human beings have been using this plant. How long ago did they start using mushrooms? We know that mushrooms have been growing on this planet for millions of years. How long have they been using those? And we do. Human beings do. No matter what it is, human beings are going to find something to do. Right now, our biggest addiction is, drum roll please, dopamine. And these things, these cell phones, the constant scrolling, the instant gratification of being able to find anything when you want it, be it either a physical item that you can order for yourself online, or be it a digital representation of something that you can go and look at. We have completely changed in the way that we use drugs. And these have become our primary drugs now. And then when people are like, oh, drugs are bad, okay? Like the biggest and baddest drug right now for society as a whole can potentially be our technology. Like I'm thinking about my cousin, and I'm saying society as a whole because I'm thinking about the younger generation. And my cousin, he gets on like TikTok, and then it's this constant scrolling, and he'll be like a few minutes into that scrolling window, and you can look at him and you can ask him, can you recall a single video that you just saw in the last like 5 minutes? Like a single one. Can you like give me the narrative, give me the explanation? And then sometimes a full video doesn't even get watched, before it plays its duration, it gets skipped. and it's dopamine. It's pressing that dopamine button, and that's why stuff like meth is so dangerous. Like the whole meth, not even once, because where we get a certain amount of dopamine from our cell phones, as soon as you smoke something like meth, you get that dopamine times 1,500% or something like that. You get such a sheer amount of it that any other experience that is also going to give you dopamine isn't even going to pale in comparison. It's like putting the high score all the way up there in your head. And it's very difficult to come back from that stuff. And that's why it's difficult for me to say something like just legalize everything, because that's also one of the things that I will inevitably be legalized. And I don't know I don't know if it's possible to use a substance like that responsibly. So will some of them still have to be illegal? Isn't that the whole hypocritic, thing that's boycotting us in the first place? Sorry for ranting about substances. It's something I'm passionate about. It's something that helped me save my life. It was mushrooms, and technically you can call that a drug as well. I don't know why we have this word drug, and it's such a I want to say dirty word. It's not a flattering word, and maybe it shouldn't be. But there definitely is a sheer difference when you're talking about a psychedelic like mushrooms, LSD, DMT, and stimulants like speed, meth. uh, yeah, those two, for example, speed, meth, crack cocaine, cocaine. Like there's a significant difference. And the biggest difference that I've noticed, I haven't tried any of those stimulants, fortunately. I'm only kind of in the psychedelic world. But the biggest difference I've noticed, just in the people that I've seen in my life, is that the stimulant effect, meth, cocaine, crack, speed, those things are fun to use. The people that use them enjoy using them and enjoy using them to the point where they would use them every single day, for years. And they would do anything to continue that use pattern as well. Where psychedelics are very much not always fun, and it's one of those things where if you want to try and use it every single day with the intent of trying to have fun, it's gonna kick you on your ass. It's gonna be like, hell no. One, your neurons don't allow it. You literally build tolerance an hour after taking mushrooms. You build tolerance to that exact dose you just took. So even if you take an hour after you've taken, well, let's give it like 3 hours. 3 hours after you've taken an initial dose, if you try and take that dose again because you want to have even more of it, if you will, you just won't. Your body, that compound, just will not allow you to do that. And in that way, it's anti addictive. And then we have this one word, drug. Cocaine falls under that word, meth falls under that word, mushrooms fall under that word, LSD fall under that word. And yet they don't carry the same weight. They don't have the same effects. They don't affect us in the same way. Psychedelic is a beautiful word because it means mind manifest. Psyche is mind manifested. I'm trying to think if psychedelics got that name, what would the stimulants be? I feel if psychedelics is mind manifested, a stimulant would be mind satisfied. Yeah, maybe ego satisfied as well. Maybe in that context they go together. Whew. Just be educated, friends. Listen for yourself, hear for yourself, explore for yourself. It's your consciousness. All right, I'll try to keep things short. So I woke up at around 11:30 a.m. I had slept on the couch where I studied. My books and stuff were already open, so I did a little physics problem and I got the answer right. Then I did the occasional morning things, wash my face, brush my teeth, blah blah. After that, it was already lunchtime, so I got a few bites down and then I switched on the water heater. You're getting better at doing this. WC, you flatter me, friend. I was thinking about that today. I was thinking about how far we've come, how much I've evolved. I want to say into this role, if it's at all. Just from looking back where I was a year ago now, I feel I can allow myself to be more here, more fully myself. And you friends have helped me with that. So thank you, WC, for seeing me as well, friend. I appreciate that genuinely. After that, it was already lunchtime, so I got a few bites of water, turned on the water heater, went back to studying. But another problem. By the time I was done, the water was heated up, so I poured some in a cup and put 6 tablespoons of really intense coffee powder. 6 tablespoons of 6. Sometimes I do 3, and then I feel like I'm gonna get spread over the walls. I don't know if that makes sense. In my mind, I'm just like, and then thin layer all over the walls. So anyway, 6, dude, 6. That's crazy. Okay, I want to hear the rest of the story. Thank you for the wholesome gem. I appreciate that. Coffee looked like a black hole. It was dark and also boiling hot, so I waited about 30 minutes for it to cool down while scrolling through Reddit. Once it cooled down, reasonably, I gulped it all in a few seconds. It tasted horrible, but I wasn't drinking it for pleasure, so whatever. A few minutes went by and some weird shit started happening. Yeah, you're you're over caffeinated, dude. I started feeling dizzy, light in the head, and also sweating like crazy. You know how things get cold? Yeah, hot flushes, dude, and then you're wet, and then cold wind blows by them. I know exactly what you're talking about. I want to read more. That's exactly how I felt. It could, but also is really warm inside. Basically, I got sick. I ignored it and I went back to studying. And I kid you not, some physics high lord sent his revelation onto me because I understood everything the second I set eye on it. So I studied like that for a couple of hours, but I couldn't bear the excitement and the burst of energy that I experienced. Felt like I could run for miles. And that's exactly what I did. I went for a run, more like a sprint. I got dressed really quickly, put my running shoes on, walked to the nearest sidewalk, and ran for like 1.5 kilometers. Not much, but I haven't done any physical activity or exercise in ages, so, you know. Anyways, I got tired, sat down on a bench, and then I walked back home. Scrolled through Reddit until Melt started the stream. Now I'm here. All right, I'm done. No, dude, what a story that is. What a story that is. You galaxy brain yourself with your physics. Drugs, you see? Caffeine. Caffeine. It's just caffeine, like little coffee beans produce caffeine. And then we can experience it. What an interesting story. It makes me think, it's not exactly the same story. I didn't go galaxy brain, but the very first time I ever had pre-workout, I was in a friend's room. I was living in the hostel, and I see this little container on his desk, and I'm like, "What's that?" He's like, "It's pre-workout," and I'm like, "Oh, so it's like caffeine, right?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Can I have a scoop?" He looks at me. He's like, "Are you gonna go work out now?" I'm like, "Oh, no, not really. I'm just going to school." He's like, "Are you sure, I guess?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's caffeine, it's just caffeine. What is some caffeine? I've drank coffee before. It's just caffeine." I take a scoop of that pre-workout and I sit down for breakfast and I eat my breakfast. I go to school, and in the same way, that I feel like I'm getting cold because I'm so soaking wet outside, but I'm burning up on the inside, you know. And then my skin started like flushing, like red flushes, and I felt like I was going through these waves of like caffeine, and I felt like I was gonna die. I was like, my heart was beating like it was trying to get out of my chest. I was like, this is not okay. They sell this stuff. They sell this stuff to kids. What the fuck? Just caffeine. I think there might have been some sort of other stimulant in there as well. I don't know if he added any stimulants, but I think there might be just in pre-workout in general another stimulant as well. Mm, hi, I was here and I told you I had suicidal thoughts. Just wanted to say that I'm still here. Vokun, I remember you, friend. I remember you. Thank you for still being here. Thank you for showing up again. It's so nice to see you. I hope you're gonna do this again. You know, for as long as I stream. Okay, for as long as I stream, you show up and tell me that you're still here. How about that? Can we make that deal? Can we make that deal? Few minutes went by. Unless you're prescribed, then go nuts. And you can go walk down the street in several states with cannabis in your pocket and not worry about it. You're completely right, Ninja. It's storming here. Heavy rain, strong winds, sometimes hail. Can we swap weather for a bit? Okay. I sent you some of my weather. You know, now you have to send me some of yours. Thank you, Gem. I'm not talking about weed, I'm talking about other drugs. They are illegal. If you say so, friend. If you say so. Tell Edmund to come to Missouri. Teddy will give him a job. He made $750 in 2 hours, switching people to an internet provider. Candace? Maybe Edmund would be into that. Who knows? That's a lot of money to make in 2 hours. Goodness. What? Just like a $350 per hour. What? $19 per hour? That's cute though. That's adorable. That's so sweet. I'm guessing he's not, like just working the whole day, just installing or switching people from internet to internet or internet provider to internet provider. That's amazing though. I'm so happy that you're flourishing. That makes me genuinely happy. That's amazing. Thank you, Candace, for sharing it. I'll let Edmund know. Maybe you can send him a message as well. I know you don't have Discord or Reddit anymore. I don't know if you have Reddit anymore. Good morning to you, Mariah. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Wesen, I remember. Roland, I remember. Come on. Clyde, I remember. Is it Clyde? Clyde like a slide? Abide, right? I hope so, Mariah. Did I remember? Do tell me. That's exactly how I felt. Yes, Lowell. Yes. Fuck yeah. Who says weed makes you forgetful? Who said that, Mariah? Who freaking said it? I was smoking a joint yesterday while eating an edible as well, right? No, just as I'm trying to prove a point, I proved the opposite point. Thank you for joining me again, Mariah. It's so nice having you here. It's exactly how I felt. Cold, but also warm inside. Okay, yeah, for real. Sorry, man. I don't know if the wasp can handle the THC. I mean, he has left. I don't know if their bodies process it, and I also don't know if their bodies can process if it's not in its active form. Sorry. A mosquito just went and sat on her, and I was like, hell no, I'm not gonna allow that. Because I guess they would get stung by mosquitoes as well. And imagine having an itchy part in the middle of your tummy as a puppy, and you can't scratch it. Yeah, I would have, I would have hated that if I allowed it to happen to her. I'm back. Thank you for joining us again, Talia. I actually thought you were gonna come back. Thank you. How are you doing? Where were you? Do tell if you're willing to. Start the stream and now I'm here. Sorry that was stupid. No, it wasn't, friend. I appreciate you sharing that story with me. And now you allowed me to share a story back. Never second guess yourself. Always, say thank you. Don't say sorry. Say thank you. What a thick bud. Thank you. I'm happy you approved, Talia. It is. And that's one of the smaller ones. That's one of the smaller ones. I have buds that defy my definition of what a bud could look like. Anyways, I'm ready for the exam tomorrow. You freaking got this, dude. I'm so happy that you got some studying done, actually. Why does she smell so bad? There is a place or a fridge, if you will, that was running down, and it had meats in it, and the juices of that was running down the fridge, and it made like a little pool, and that pool kind of got dry, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, ooh, oh, gonna get my face all up in that shit," and now she stinks. Oh, she fucking stinks. Oh, hello to you, Heather. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Thank you for joining us again. Like Heather was there for the whole of our meditation stream today as well. It's so ironic. I I really love sharing these spaces with your friends, and when it's intimate like this, when it's a little bit smaller, we actually get to have good conversations. And then like I sit and meditate, and there was 222,000 people, in this space with us, sharing perspective. It breaks my brain. It absolutely breaks my brain. I don't think I'm supposed to understand. I just have to be grateful. I have to be here. Quality of bud matters less and less with time. It's about how you feel. You're completely right. So right, WC. And because I know that, I jinx myself into feeling a specific way, if you will. Today's way of feeling is bettering existence. So every single puff I take, every thought that goes along with the cannabis, if you will, is informed by that bettering existence, neural pathways. If I say the word bettering existence, something happens in my brain, and then on top of that happening in my brain, I'm introducing this variable. Justin Miller is here again, and cannabis gives me panic attacks nowadays. It's rough. I'm so sorry to hear that, Justin. Bug on my hair. I've heard a bunch of friends getting a little anxious as of late. Weed has become so strong. I've suggested taking one puff, instead of smoking a whole joint. And I've also suggested setting intentions. But if it's not for you, then don't do it, my friend. I appreciate you sharing the space nonetheless. Here too, more of the way. How are you? Generalizing drugs is a bad thing here. Yeah, it is. It's a bad thing. It should be a bad thing everywhere. Yo, bro. Yo, Capital Locksmith. It's nice to have you here, friend. Happy it's Saturday, so I can smoke along with Mel. Thank you, Jenny. I'm gonna light up to that. Mm, mm. This is with the intention of sending love to Jenny. Sure, bettering existence, but specifically bettering Jenny's existence just a little bit. Like a smirk, a feeling, if you will. We love you, Jenny. We love you, Jenny. Did I miss your comment? I tried using point one of a gram, but even then it was too much. It's okay though. It's okay, friend. We don't need it. And if your body tells you specifically that not only do I not need this, but I don't like this, then listen. I can stop worrying about drug tests now. So there's a bright side. You see, small victories, if you will. I think drug tests are also absolute nonsense, but let's not dive down that rabbit hole right now. I'd consider heroin and caffeine to be to be two very different things, but they both are drugs. And even with the illegal drugs, weed and heroin are not the same. Not even remotely. Not even remotely the same. And the thing is we already have this classist, if you will, understanding about addictions. You know, cokeheads will look down on the people that eat mushrooms, if you will, because I can afford to do coke and I can feel this way doing coke. And you are this pleb who has to, work, if you will, for his experience, if that makes any sense. And then there are classes about that. Some people are even classes about sobriety, classes about drinking. It's just more separation. It's just more separation. And I guess technically the word drugs is a unifying word because it encapsulates all of them. But in that way, it also is harmful. So, both sides. Ye good day, Chris P. Phoenix. It's nice to see you, my dude. Just arrived from simping from another stream. I've seen it. I've seen it. I'm happy. I'm happy to see it as well, Crispy. I actually was commenting on a stream. The lady that was, I don't know what you call that. Fluffing a ball? It's like a ball of fluff and then needling the ball. I'm not sure. And I basically comment, what did the ball you're stabbing? Oh, no, 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 no. Did the ball you're stabbing do something wrong? Is what I ask her. Like she's just like manically stabbing this little thing, and I'm like, did he do something wrong? Did he say something that offended you that you were so manically stabbing him? And she had like a, no. I'm trying to get the fibers inside. I'm like, oh, damn it. completely miss. And then Chris P tuned in, and I was like, huh. I see you, Crispy. I didn't say anything because I wanted to be incognito. But thank you for coming here and simping with us now, dude. I don't say shit like that. Mommy's pretty boy, isn't it? No, no. Like, heroin isn't even a fun drug, dude. Heroin is morphine as well. It's something that sedates you. It's something that numbs you. It's something that makes the pain go away. If you don't feel pain, you also don't feel joy. You don't feel ecstatic, awe-inspired, mind-meltingly wonderful, joyous experiences as well. You have to have both sides. You have to have both sides. And unfortunately, we live in a world where a lot of people are in pain, be it mental, be it physical, be it emotional. A lot of people are in pain right now. And that's why we have an opioid crisis. Opioids, heroin. They take the pain away. But, sometimes the pain is necessary. And that's the thing again, psychedelics, instead of trying to take the pain away, psychedelics will straight up take your pain, put you down, sit with you, and be like, what about this part of the pain? Oh, okay. How about this part of the pain? Hmm, yeah, that's intense. How about this part of the pain? And then you can go through that. You can narrate that. You can have these feelings. So on that note, an epiphany I had experienced that. I was thinking to myself why I was so depressed as a young individual and why one of the biggest reasons for my depression or the narrative for my depression during that time of my life was I don't feel loved. I feel like my parents don't love me. And in that moment, sitting there with my parents, them being completely quiet and doing their own thing, watching this movie, and I was trying to get like a little bit of a conversation going or some input into the movie as well alongside with them, and they weren't really having it. And in that moment I just had this epiphany, like I can either be offended or hurt by this experience, or I can realize that the the reason I felt offended and hurt this whole time is because my parents like doing their own thing. Like they are very much, I want to say, their own individuals, right? Because of that, they found themselves doing their own thing and allowing me as a result to do my own thing as well. And because I also really love doing my own thing, I was okay with that. But subconsciously, I was internalizing that awareness, that maybe subconscious awareness that they wanted to do their own thing instead of doing something with me. That was the narrative I started like spinning to myself. And because of an experience like that, where I had some psilocybin in my body, mushrooms, if you will, I could confront a painful part of my past. I could look at it from a point of awareness that it's not evil. It wasn't intended to be evil. It happened. It happened in a certain way and it was interpreted in a certain way, but none of that was evil. It was just maybe uninformed. And these experiences are beautiful. It literally it helped me save my own life coming out of extreme depression, and it's helping other people as well. We know this. There are a lot of studies being done right now, and it makes me so excited. Mm, educate me, please. You're being educated, mommy. You're being educated, my friend. I'm not trying to educate you, but when it comes to opioids, like I feel it's important to know at least what's going on. Heroin is probably the most addictive of all hard drugs. Few, if any, people at all can take it once ever again. Meth is in the same boat, if you will, when it comes to that. It makes me sad because again, it is because of miseducation, and stigma around people that do that as well. Because not only are they uneducated about the side effects, about the potential of abuse, about how even if they got into a cycle of abuse, there's a way to get out of that abuse, being educated about that as well. But now, because of the society we live in right now, coming out to their family about this problem that they have with the back medication that their doctor prescribed them, it's something that feels very societally heavy, and it shouldn't, because that fundamentally is what creates addiction in the first place. It is separation from the ones you love, and as a result of that, you try and fill that void, you try and supplement that experience. And it hurts us. It hurts us more than anything as a collective when that happens, when we shun people for what they've done, for the decisions they've made. Acceptance and love, making their lives better. The reason people become addicted is because they feel their lives aren't good. They feel their lives aren't as full as it needs to be. They feel like they're in so much pain and they need to escape that. And if you're gonna be this person, this influence in their life on top of it, that's like, you're a junkie, you're this, useless member of society because of this thing that you're doing, get out of my life, no, 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 no. Then it's this adding to that experience as well. And unfortunately, it's a difficult balance that we have to find sometimes as well. I feel specifically right now into the heart of Kira Berg, our sister here. She's been going through so much, with that as well, with having a sister that deals with addiction. And it's so difficult. It's so difficult. And all we can try and do is be there for one another. We can just be there for one another. Sending so much love to you as well when it rains. Thank you for being here, my friend. I'm so thankful you're all still here. So thankful you're here as well, Kling. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for thanking our friend as well. Fentanyl, there we go, is probably the only thing I can think of that's worse. I think we have something that's like super fentanyl now as well. It's like fentanyl, I think it's 100 times heroin. If fentanyl is 10 times heroin and heroin is 1 times heroin. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad, dude. It's crazy how dangerous that stuff is. So, to give you an idea, if you had a spoonful of sugar, right? You can visualize that. And you tap that spoonful of sugar lightly, and a few little grains of like sugar fall off. Those few little grains of sugar would be about 3 to 4 overdoses of fentanyl. A few grains of the stuff, just death. That's terrifying. My uncle was a heroin addict. Cassiopeia dwarf. You've been so missed, my friend. Thank you for sharing the story. My uncle was a heroin addict and he died of cancer. He couldn't believe it. It was pretty hilarious. He had been revived so many times from ODs. We for sure thought that heroin would kill him. An interesting story that is actually, Cassidia Dwarf. Having a life, dealing with an addiction to heroin and still, succumbing to something like cancer, not to this addiction. How long did he live doing that? I'm curious, actually, Dwarf. And how bad was his addiction? Was it like multiple hours of a day? Was it during his nighttime hours? I don't know if you know these details, but since I don't get this opportunity, I would love to know more on what's that fentanyl. It is like heroin. It's the same I think essential compound is heroin, but I think it's more bioavailable or something. I don't know actually, dude. I just I uh, I know as much as I've researched to educate myself. I unfortunately don't have insider knowledge. Honestly, aside from the name, I know nothing. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Same. Unfortunately, Gem. Nature itself is creating those substances. Come on. Yeah. All of these drugs, that we prescribe as well. I think something like 75% of the drugs that have brand names were derived originally from nature. Plants made them first. That's a sad story. Addiction is a horrible thing. It really is. Thank you so much, Talia. I appreciate your resonance in this moment, my friend. Highly addictive, highly effective. Doctors would prescribe it like candy. IMO, it was the tipping point in the opioid epidemic. It was. It was. Doctors and, alongside the CIA, created the opioid epidemic in America. It's terrifying. And what happens, and this is the loop that happens to people. I'm not saying this is what happens to every single person, but this is what can happen, what has happened so many times, is these doctors prescribe these powerful opioids that help, that definitely work the way they're supposed to, and then they have limited supply runs or limited prescription runs. So you have a backache, you can get your prescription for X amount of time, and then your backache has to go away, or you have to come back and have your prescription refilled, slash your doctor has to have another checkup on you, justify whether it's worthy or not. And because of this whole process, good willing people are going to doctors, getting these medications prescribed to them, getting addicted to them, and then as a result of this addiction and the feelings associated with this addiction and the implications associated with having to go to the doctor or not being able to get your medication from your doctor anymore, going to another source. And then there's also the knowledge that there are more efficient delivery systems than other systems. And then that causes you to be like, oh, I can eat this pill and then I can have an experience, or I can crush it up and then use it 5 times, or it's 5 times stronger than it would have been. And it hurts people. It genuinely hurts people because people aren't educated about what they're being prescribed. They're like, oh yeah, this doctor gave me this pill. My doctor must have good intentions, He must care about me enough to give me this thing. It's just medicine. It's just medicine. It's not drugs, it's just medicine. And it's stuff like that. It gets people. I saw a documentary about the opioid epidemic. It was horrific. It is. It's actively happening as well. It's happening to more and more people. Gem. And what can we do? Like, I feel what we're doing right now is the only way we can help as well. To invite people like that into our spaces, sit with them. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but I would like to try. Sorry about the fighting noises. Mama, Papa. Okay, so just listening to that bit of the conversation, the fight originated from my dad giving my mom incomplete information. See, like, what's coming to my mind? Today's lesson. Today's lesson. Make life, make existence better for the people around you. And if you have to do that by sharing more information, my mom was asking about my dad's work, and my dad was giving, short answers. Like, my mom was asking, "Oh, where is this thing?" And my dad answers, "The same place it was last time." You know, that's not how you make the experience better for both of you. That's not how you make existence in each other's space better for one another. And it's stuff like that that I see. And then if I try and address it or I try and talk about it, then I'm either taking sides or there is a reason for it to be done like that. And that is also saddening, unfortunately. Chris Peace says, in my country, any drug addict will be killed. My countrymen would even cheer for everyone that is killed by the police. They think there is no saving grace for these people. It's saddening. Yeah, compassion and empathy is evolving little by little, Chris. Little by little. Same. Can't quite remember the name of it, but the wild time, the time while I just got more and more angry. But I guess that's what a good documentary does. Yeah, it tells a story in a way that you can resonate with it, right? Actually feel into that. It was probably on Netflix, as that's where I watch a lot of documentaries, but I felt the same. It was awful. Those doggy doctors got rich, yeah, by getting people addicted because opioids are the same, if it's prescribed for an animal or for a person. What matters even more than the substance itself is the people that do it. Cocaine is horrible to many people, and I'm not saying it's a good thing at all. Me and my friends did it, and I had a great time with lots of love and kindness, though. And in that context, as I'm saying, Talia, it's okay. I would like, in the same way, to have access to something that I know would be pure cocaine from a reputable source, and then on the back of it, it recommends that I have, a microgram scale, and it's like one dose should be between this and this milligram. And I know if I take that dose, I'm not going to kill myself because that's how people die because they are not educated about what they have, what they got. Maybe they actually get a pure product when they were usually getting cut products. That happens as well. Mm, it's okay. All of these things are okay. The drugs aren't evil. As you're saying, the context in which they're used, and in your case, you did it with friends, and it was a loving and a kind experience because that was the energy that was brought into it. And if you're gonna have that experience, it's a beautiful one. But if you believe that the only way for you to have those loving and kind experiences is with that thing, that's when it becomes a problem. And I know that's not the case for you. I think intention matters a lot. Oh, it's the most important thing. Literally, I would say, isteng. Yeah. I think it's the most important thing, Jim. I think above setting, intention is even more important because then technically your intention creates your set and setting. Little girl. Cocaine is a Schedule 1 drug in Canada, which technically means you can get a prescription for it. Yeah, I actually have heard about that. Ninja, that is pretty cool. I think Canada is probably going to be on the forefront of what I'm talking about right now as well. Proper legalization, proper education. What's your hair name? I want to buy your hair oil. I don't use hair oil. Today is just the second day, yeah, the second day after I've washed my hair. So yesterday I washed my hair. Today I didn't wash my hair. And tomorrow probably not gonna wash my hair and then wash my hair again. Otherwise it gets too dry. I was for the longest time for I think 6 years. No, longer. From the age of 14 basically washing my hair every single day. Every single day. And apparently that's not good for you. And I only learned it last year. Woo! Toasty is here. Roxo's moving to Canada. Thank you for joining us, brother bear. It's so nice to have you here. Sorry for taking 30 minutes to get to your comment. I'm really sorry, but I'm climbing the mountain. We're gonna get there. Technically means you get 2 to 4 years for it. Okay. In Canada? Hmm. Without a prescription. Okay, that makes sense. You can get ketamine cream though. Ketamine cream. Do you put it on your skin and it absorbs? I'm so fascinated. What a beautiful story. Yeah, it really is. We use our Alexa for a shopping list. Today I am getting groceries and I come to an entry on the list and it says, I love you. And it says, Kurt, that's my husband, added 8 days ago. All the love for that man. What a beautiful thing that is. It's something so simple, you know? And again, it's the utilization of this tool that is technology. It is a tool. It is a tool, and the way that we use it, if we can use it to ruin others' experiences, in the same way that we can use it to uplift one another, to make existence a little bit better for one another. I'm gonna head out. Take care, Crispy. I love this. How sweet. Do I make existence better for you, friends? Yes, in fact, Gob. Yes, you do. You know, and I want to preface it. I want to preface the thing I say next. You know that it's supposed to be taken in a comical sense. I think you would make existence existence a little bit better if you stayed for the comments. You know, because I know you're not here right now to hear me say it. Yesterday I was like really getting into it, and then just no more Gob. I was like, damn it, Gob. I was sending you so many vibes. Thank you for joining us, Gob. I hope you're still here. Pre-workouts have all sorts of stems. You felt the pump most likely. It's supposed to increase blood to extremities. Oh, that happened. Maybe it's niacin. It might actually be niacin. Mm. Vitamin B3. It has a flushing effect as well, which, as he says, it increases blood to your extremities slash capillaries, I think is that's what it's called, the very thin little veins that connect to your cells. It like makes them your existence and presence is less garb. It really is. Couldn't agree more. Don't even question that. No, not even for a second, brother bear. Boom shakalaka. Got that in the freaking bank now. Gob, gotta carry that with you, dude. You know, like a little gem. Like a little gem for yourself. You inspire me to pick up my paint again. Yes, yes. I've been like, how do I say this? Metaphysically encouraging you, I guess. You know, to continue painting. And I've been wondering about how your self-portrait is coming along. But I've been gentle, gently curious, if you will. Nice. I'm so grateful. Gob, you inspire us, brother Bear. Genuinely. You said hummingbirds on the last stream. I saw you on, and I laughed so hard. I will never know when them as a hummingbirds. The freaking hummingbirds. Gem, I think like here in this space, like burbs, saying burbs is one of the biggest things that we do as well. Mm. High or the hitter, high north hitter, I guess, would be the way I would say it. Hey Melt, what do you do outside of your daily streaming? Are you in school, working a regular job, or something like that? Mm, school, maybe not the traditional sense of school. I am constantly studying, you know, like reading, learning from myself. I'm writing right now as well. I make art. I stream a lot. I stream a lot as of late. So I'm working, dude. I'm doing my thing. I'm doing the thing I'm supposed to be doing. Hi, what are you doing actually, my friend? I would be curious as well. Thank you for being curious. I'm so flattered by you reading my story and liking it. Thanks, Mel. Thank you, friend. Thank you for sharing. You took the time to put your soul out there, man. Of course I would recognize that. Meld, did you pick up the book Man's Search for Meaning? I highly recommend it to everyone here. I haven't actually picked up that book, Man's Search for Meaning. Why do I feel like that is written by Eckhart Tolle? Like I don't know why, but that's the name that came up to my mind after I read the title. Was I dreaming or were you floating around yesterday? Hmm. Hmm. I'm just trying to think. Have I ever not been floating around? Uncle Becky, thank you for joining us, brother Bear. My mind has been racked, you know, with ideas and imaginations of what I'm supposed to do for the video we're gonna create for you, dude. Like, I think you have a. I don't. No, 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 no. I was gonna say, I think you have a shot. I'm kind of sure that you're gonna get it, bro. Like this queer eye thing. It's so freaking cool. It really inspires me. You feel the love, what I mean, I guess. I float in many realms, just not the earthly one, unfortunately. Oh yeah, same, dude. Very much the same. Ding, ding. Okay. Without bit of dong, you know. Ding dong, dilly, dilly, dong dong. Needle felting. Thank you. Thank you so much, Toasty, for educating me. Needle felting. Okay, I think I'll remember. Right now, I'm prepping for the exam tomorrow while listening to you, kind of like a podcast. I'm doing great so far. Thank you all. We're happy to hear you're doing great, my friend. Good luck. He has a physics exam tomorrow. Weird it's on a Sunday, but yeah, apparently. Wonderful day. You'll kill it. Oh, yes. Heroin will take you. I've seen so many times. My stepsister battled with it so many years. She's finally sober, but the drug left so much damage in its wake. I'm so sorry to hear that, Toasty. Please fly. Can you please give me my space? So rude, though. I can say that fortunately, I was asking myself if I can say it like that, but I can say fortunately that I don't have any family members, direct family members that struggle with that. My uncle, one of my uncles, struggled with meth at one point in his life, but also free from it. Yo, I can't even imagine, like how difficult that must be as well. Don't know if anyone brought it up at all, but I should. I should. What? What? I think I know what you're talking about, Heather, but I'm not sure. Are you talking about lions? I only have Newton's law left to revise. There we go, dude. That's not too far away. So sorry. I know what's great. Peace and love, my dude. Thank you, Steve the Pirate. Peace and love to you as well, dude. Oh gosh, Toasty, that's deep. I'm sorry to hear that, but glad she's won the battle. Me too. Me too. Like, how much did your support, do for her during that battle as well? Oops, lol. It's -2 Fahrenheit. Oh, -19 degrees Celsius. -19 degrees Celsius. My brain has no frame of reference, Heather. Like, I don't even, not even for a second can I imagine that. That's crazy. I hope you're staying warm. Thank you for telling us. How are you doing, even though it's so cold? Thanks so much for sharing, both Melt and Toasty. Thank you for listening, Talia, always. That's insane, Casey. I can't imagine what those temperatures. I also cannot. Doesn't make sense to my brain. Sorry, Toasty. I was typing about the temperature and didn't realize the content you were speaking of. I meant no disrespect. I'm glad she's healthier now. Of course not, Heather. No, no disrespect is ever meant in these streams. Sometimes, someone tries to disrespect, and then I'm just like, oh, sometimes this disrespect might be true. Maybe make it a little bit lighter, and then dissipated completely, melted into the rest of the love that is here. I went through the same of a family member, almost died. Rough time. WC, I'm so happy that you could be there for them as well. Do what? No, no, of course not. I like penguins. There we go. Yeah, of course. They're only love. But I agree with the damage in his wake. My sister is highly addicted to cocaine. She will probably lose the battle when it's over. But even trying to get through these times are mind boggling. My poor mother. Like, that's one of the biggest things that I feel as well. I hear these stories about abuse. It's an eagle flying above us. And then I just think to myself, like, the amount of pain and suffering that's happening in the world right now, abuse and addiction, it makes sense from that perspective. And if we can allow it to make sense to us and we can love these people because of it, or regardless of it, unconditionally. She's eating poop. She's finishing it. Oh, okay. Like, now she's licking the floor clean of it. Are you serious? Really? Really, really? She's like, yeah, you think I stink? You think I stink, dude? Wait till I eat more poop and then come and lick you or something. Then we'll see who stinks. Don't you dare. Don't you dare lick me. Fentanyl's insane, and it's a horrible how common it's become. Yeah, it's everywhere because it's easy to make apparently. I don't know, but apparently, or maybe not easy to make, but it's easy to smuggle because of the punch it packs. I'm going to be making an extra effort today to make others' existence meaningful. Go get on it. I love you all. Love you, Ryan. Thank you for sharing this time and this space with us. Sentinel is cheaper as well. There we go. Yeah, again, I think it's a trafficking thing. Have a great day doing that. Love you too. Day 373. Over a year. Congrats, Jimmy me. We're going, dude. The never ending battle, dude. We're living into infinity, quite literally. And if we can talk about infinity and we can live into infinity, then I have to show up infinitely. So thank you for being here with us in this infinity, dude, in this moment. Heather, sending love your way. I hope you can find peace to. I hope she can find peace to her addiction. Thank you so much for your love as well, Thirsty. There has been 3 occasions in my life that I've given a friend CPR to keep them in this realm. I realized they didn't want to be on this earth because they didn't feel a part of it. Be a part of something that wants to be a part of you is what makes life worthy. Is what makes life worth living to some folks. Hmm. Beautiful words, Uncle Becky. Beautiful, beautiful words. It hurts me, that there are people that feel they aren't a part of something. It makes me so happy that we can create something that we feel a part of. I feel very much a part of this. This is something that we're in as a collective, right? And yo, I don't feel I can go as far as to say it makes this alone makes life worth living, but it definitely makes it worth living more, you know? Like the beautiful experiences we have, the conversations with friends and family, the delicious foods, the pets, so many things that make life worth living. And I appreciate you, friends, for giving me yo, literally a whole nother infinity worth of things to be grateful for, things to be happy about living for. And I cannot thank you enough for that. I make existing better for everyone else by staying away from them. Panda, what a slide to yourself. Ooh, self burn. Those are rare. Thank you for joining us, dude. You're so loved. My existence in this moment is now better because of you and because of this exchange we're having. So don't you dare. Don't you freaking dare say that. I feel for everyone who has experienced themselves or others with addictions. My heart breaks for you. And we're here for you, friend. If that is the case, if that is what you're going through right now, we'll be more than willing to support you and, go through it with you. She's. How do you stink that much? I bathed her as well. I even bathed her, and she was being so dramatic, like I was trying to execute her or something. Crawling. She wasn't scared at least, and I was aware of that. Her tail was up, but she was like trying to crawl away from me, washing her. I'm like, it's really not that bad, yo. You're really you're making this worse by yourself than it's supposed to be. She uses multiple times a day, has zero usable veins left, zero teeth left as well. Tragic. I'm almost more concerned about us finding peace with losing her, and I am at the point where I'm almost trying to pretend that she's already gone because it's so mentally hard. Yo, you see, and that's exactly what I was talking about as well, Heather. Because in that case, you have tried, right? You have over and over and over and over, you've tried to be there for her. But that is not something that she's accepting anymore. That's not something that she is willing to trade for what she now thinks she has. Say my name, it's so much fun. Shub Labub Doops. Shub Labub Doops. I do actually like that. Shub Labub Doops. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Thank you for the energy. Absolutely. I always test my stash fam. Reagent kits are not terribly expensive. Thank you. Thank you, Toasty, for educating us as well. Yeah, Dune was a good movie. It was visually stunning. I would agree, but I feel like they were rushing some storytelling elements, and I know that they want to tell a lot of story, and this is just the first movie, but some of it felt a little bit forced. I feel good to watch it again. I was so lost. Me too, probably, but I don't know if I want to. That's where I am right now. And it pisses me off. Sorry, because my older mother has to have surgery in 2 weeks, and the doctor told her they won't be sending her home with anything but Tylenol afterwards because there's an addict in her home. They can do that. I guess it makes sense, but if your mother your if your mother has to deal with her surgery pain, and I don't want to be mean or anything, but as an older woman as well, you heal slower. You're going to be in pain for a lot longer. That's unacceptable. Movie night? Ooh. Don't you let me have a good time. Which part? How do y'all know so much about these compounds? Because we are aware, my friend. We are aware and curious. And if those two things come together, you know things about other things. But it's just stuffing intellect into your brain in the same way that you can stuff papers into a trash can. It doesn't define you, you know, it doesn't make you any better, but it can help. It can be useful pieces of trash in the trash can. Just joking. Heather, that's rough. This is seriously heartbreaking. I hope this situation will be solved well. So the biggest thing that comes to my mind, to my heart, when I think about things like this, when I imagine the experience of having a sibling that is extremely addicted to things and has a hard time reconciling, is ruining their own lives, killing themselves with this thing. And I'm trying to imagine it, but I cannot. And then the other side of me feels that even though it's not good, even though it's not good in our perspective of what good could be when it comes to a healthy life, it's her life, it's her experience, it's her infinity. It's the way that she chose to experience this existence. And if it's added with a lack of teeth and unusable veins and, you know, a constant need for this thing that is perpetual, it might not be a fun existence, but it is an existence. It is a perspective in the whole. And within infinity, every single perspective has to be, as her is, you know. And for that reason, with that understanding, I believe that she is also living within her divinity, her divine life. And passing on, I don't think is going to be something that is bad. You know, I don't think she's going to get a worse suit, you know, a bad afterlife, if you will, because of the life she's chosen to live. Lol, I forget. Forgor. Sorry, I had to say I got a Forgorham. Kratom and Kava help me kick opioids. Okay. I'm happy to hear that, Panda. Like, how long did you have a hard time with them, if you'd be willing to share? Is that a real background? It's stunning. It is. Real life, dude. Real life. Thank you for joining us, Road Lizard. My education, life, it happens to the best of us. It does, Uncle Becky. They are putting fentanyl in everything now. It hits harder, faster, and fades quickly, making people want more. And if they kill a junkie in the process, they know the social economic condition in the world would ensure a new user is lining up. That's horrible, Panda. Yeah, you're right. It incentivizes you to have like a loop that you constantly get into. And that loop, with the amount of strength that fentanyl contains, is very likely to be fatal. It's horrible. Drugs aren't evil, but also see the use in some drugs being unfavored by society. Some compounds should just not go in the human body on a scientific level. We wouldn't say you do you on a for someone drinking drain cleaner. We would say stop. Yes. On that note, I completely agree, Toasty. Mariah, I can stop worrying about drug tests. Mariah is saying, I'm fighting a nicotine addiction. I can honestly say that it doesn't matter how it makes me feel, which is like shit. My brain has convinced me that the withdrawal is worse. It makes no sense. Hashtag addiction. Start slow, Mariah. Don't do it all at once. Nicotine patches are a thing. Maybe you can, if your brain is so convinced about the withdrawal, coax it into being like, look, this thing is gonna help. Don't have to be so worried about it. I hope you get better, my friend. I know, like nicotine addiction, fortunately, isn't as bad as some of them could be, but I care about your health. I care about your lungs. I care about you and the health of your boys. Thank you for being aware. Thank you for wanting to stop. It's the want to that's going to lead us to being actually be able to do it. And on what you said, Toasty, the societal implications of certain things. I agree with that as well. I feel it's just very difficult to do that on a realistic level because then it's just going to be the whole classification system all over again. Because technically, technically, poisonous things aren't illegal. Drain cleaner, it's not illegal. You can drink drain cleaner if you want to, and it will kill you, but you can do that. They don't make it illegal for you to do that. The fact that substances, specifically the substances that people tend to use, are the ones that are illegal, that's the problem. Because now it's this, oh, we don't really care about your well being. We're just trying to keep you away from these things. If they cared about your well being, they would make sure that you don't get your hands on drain cleaner or whatever. No. No, no, no. They're worried about you escaping the narrative that they have so beautifully tailored. I mean, I feel like I'm okay at chemistry. Tylenol, for example, uh, it has NOL in it, so it must have an oxygen and a hydrogen molecule in it somewhere. Well, that's about what I know. Also, it's an alcohol. It's an alcohol, right? No, I don't think Tylenol is alcohol. Ethanols. I see where you're coming from, but Tylenol is a pain medication, I believe. Fentanyl takes a while to build tolerance to. I didn't actually know that. Not that I think it would help me. I heard about yes. Ooh, now you see, like now, yes, dude. Now my experience is so freaking good. My existence is fantastilastic. Absolutely fantastic, man. Thank you, God. We genuinely love your presence here, brother Bear. Puppy, stunk. Okay, fine, fine. It stinks so much, but I love her too much, and I don't want her to be feeling like I don't love her or something. I want her existence to be as good as it can, even if it means my existence has to be a little bit spicy. Let's say spicy. Bettering existence. Bettering existence. I don't know what she's doing. She's just like sticking her nose. Wat doen jij? Bite je mijn scarf? Je mijn scarf bite, nee. Biting my scarf. Mm. Because you die before you do? Yo. That's mildly horrible. What's up, dude? What's up? 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 Are you hearing those little sounds she's making? Oh, shame. You can go from grains to full pills. Sorry. Maybe. What's my sad I leave my scarves alone. Because this scarf has so many soft little bits that if her little nail or tooth hooks on it, it like pulls things out, and it has happened. I really don't want it to happen more. Yes, we can go from. Oh, sorry, maybe we should change the subject. I feel so WC. I think it's better so. Don't be a pepper. on the eyes of people, rather be the salt on their tongue and make a difference that influence their sense of belonging to the earth. Is Israel more? Israel more Ayevor. Ayevor. Thank you so much, Uncle Becky. That's a good one. It really is. That's beautiful. Tomorrow belongs to those of us who conceive of it as belonging to everyone, who lend the best of ourselves to it, and with joy. Yo, Audrey Lord, you knew, oh? How did you know, oh? How did you? How did you? How? Thank you, Uncle Becky, for sharing these wise words, dude. Man, they resonate. So, is salt in the tongue considered to be better than pepper in the eyes? Would you like to try, mommy's mommy's pretty boy? We can have a one-to-one informational set. You know, you ask one question, you have one experience, technically two experiences, and then we have one conclusive answer. How does that sound? Yes. Are the eagles there big enough to take a puppy? Oh goodness. Oh my goodness, Toasty. Oh my goodness. I did not even think about that. I think that one might have been. Would it? Yasi, I would lose my mind. I would lose my mind if an eagle swooped down and took my puppy. I feel like that would be the final straw, you know, the final straw that breaks the donkey's back. Yeah, Mariah, my face. Yeah, oh, I didn't like. I was like, ooh, look at that beautiful eagle. And now that eagle has the threat of taking my dog. What? What the fuck? No, what the... Toasty, thank you, man. Thank you for the jolt. Don't let it do that, melt worms. Oh, I like it's done, Toasty. I cannot undo it. We have dewormer. We actually have given her some dewormer lately. So thank you. Thank you. I guess she's just gonna eat everything. I find them both as bad. Meld is so fucking hard to love an addict. You're right. You are right, my friend. You're so right. What helps us love them more? I just watched a flower open as I asked that question. And I feel I don't have the answers. In this context, I don't have enough experience, I don't have enough awareness. I do not have the answers. And I was thinking that, and I was feeling into that. And I was asking that question, hoping that I would come up with an answer. And then I see a flower open. And I feel that's as much as an answer as I can expect from the universe in this moment. I actually want to show you the flower that just opened. Peppy, come, come, come. Come, come, come. Come, come, come. Come, come. Come, come, come. I'm gonna move you. Yeah. We're gonna stand up for a bit. Okay, okay. This little flower just opened. Brand spanking new. You can still see, like, look at how, I don't know if this is weird to say, how tightly wound it is in comparison to this one. Did I just, did I just bump this one open? Oh! We got it on film. Okay, 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 okay. Let's see. Let's see if we can get this one nice and framed up. Okay, okay. Cook. I got to see that as soon as I asked that question. Make existence a little bit better for them. Right. I don't know if that made existence a little bit better for you. But hot diggity damn, I honestly believe that made existence better for me. I've never seen that. I've seen those flowers so many times, so many times, but I've never actually seen them open like that. And of course, in the moment that I don't know what to say, that's when the universe shows you something like that. Synchronicity, synchronicity. Well, Uncle Becky, never heard it said that way, but his brilliant way of talking, making people think about their actions and reactions. Dance. No, Yogi. I'm not gonna dance right now, friend. Washing my hands with my drinking water. Gonna get some dinner on, so to go by. Thank you, Jem. We've been busy for like 2 hours almost. Thank you for being here for as long as you have. We genuinely appreciated your presence and your input today. So much love to you. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Once the addiction ramps up, the addict feels unworthy. People don't understand and look down on them. So it gives the addict less reason to want to get better because they believe they're just a junkie since they hear it so much. Yeah, becomes the narrative, and if we help people tell that narrative to themselves, we're making their existence worse. We're making their existence worse. We can't allow ourselves to do that. Wow, I appreciate you friends, talking about this with me today. It's definitely not what I thought we would pivot into, but that's the nature of these streams. It very much is in the moment flowing into. I'm so flippin' excited to stream today. It's been a week and I'm going through withdrawals. Get my, get my RPAN fix. Dude, I'm so happy to be streaming on Haywire. He'll suffer it right now. If that's the case, dude, shining some light, making it. It's just like opening, a little bit of like a flashlight before the sunbeam, comes in. I love you all. Gotta get to grooming some popper. Sweet dreams to you, Melt. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Mariah. Thank you for sharing the space. Go and groom them poppers. Go and make their little existences or the existence of their owners as a result of the grooming better. And you are, Mariah. You are making this world, those little dogs' lives, the people that have them in their worlds. You're making the world better. And I appreciate you so much for that. So much love to you. Are you going to stream? Yes, he is. When? Hopefully next. Stabilized roaming. After melt. Stabilized roaming. Yes. Uncle Becky. Did you I guess you saw the post that I tagged you in, right? Stabilized roaming. It's a fun word to say. Stay strong, Uncle Becky. Have fun. There we go. I absolutely agree. We must normalize helping others with addiction and not throwing them in the concrete rooms. Little doggy. Absolutely, Toast. I agree completely. We have the means to do so as well. We just have to realize it. This, yeah, genuinely. One thing my family members told me was that I was the one who treated them like a person, and that apparently helped. Did it help them love you more, even when you were an addict, WC? Or did it help you escape your addiction because you were seeing other people like people, treating other people like people? So they were inclined to treat you the same. Man, my mind is still melting over the fact that those flowers pop open like that. And now I want to see it again. I just did. In tune, I hope. In tune. Absolutely. Absolutely, mommy's pretty boy. What did the puppy get into a smell so harsh? congealed blood, I think, eating poo poo. That as well, adding to the flavor. Mel, I took the personality test that you had posted in the Discord. Very interesting and affirming. Ooh, I'm curious. The 16, I think the Myers-Briggs, it's called. Yeah, there we go. WC knows. Yes, and there was another one. I can't remember the name. I think that was the Enneagram. I think Enneagram is the other one. I'm curious, Uncle Becky, can you share with us, dude? If you're willing to, or like maybe send me a direct message. 6 years struggle, but I never got the needle, and I think that helped me get away from it. My nasal passages will get angry with me from time to time, though. I'm happy that you're out of that, my friend. Genuinely, Panda. Like you deserve the best, and that wouldn't be the best for you. You have a Discord? We do. We do, Mommy Three Boy. All welcome. There we go. Love is being sent. A place for healing and expression. NFJP. NFJP. I unfortunately don't know what it is just by the name. I know they have like a little bit longer names. I wish I had another device to Google these things. I'm INFJ. Apparently, I got the role of the protagonist, and it's comical reading it. It almost feels like it's a joke, affirming, as Uncle Becky says. Very, very. What's the other word he used? Is it long ago? Interesting and affirming. Yeah, very interesting, especially to look at it from a place of how others could see you. Like there is very very specific as well. What's that? It's something interesting, WC. I think you might know. Enneagram is like what you're aligned with. I think, basically. She thinks she smells good. Yeah, she thinks she's like a bouquet right now of experiences. And to another dog, she probably would be. But I ain't no that. Another type of personality test. Yep, yep, yep. Oh, word. Make sure to take them every year. Yeah, it changes. Is she rolling in skunk scent or marmot scent? No, no, no. Just like in the old blood. Ugh. Tomorrow. That's so wholesome, Mel. Even the stinky doggos deserve love. Even the stinky doggos. Everyone deserves love. Does South Africa even have skunks? We don't. I don't think we have naturally roaming skunks in South Africa. Oh. We have like porcupines and stuff and like hedgehogs naturally roaming and stuff. But I don't think skunks. Well, I was about to say thank you for all the kind words and the laughs. I love you all. We love you, Heather. Thank you for sharing the space always. Love you too. So much love is being sent. That makes me happy. Yeah, eagles take small animals. I don't know about puppies, but it does happen for sure. Yes, puppies. As WC knows, striking up at Mel, gagging, and wrestling with the idea of stinking versus petting puppy. Heart just being torn apart. Hey, Lieutenant Dad! Thank you for joining us, my man. It's so nice to have you here. How are you doing? How's your daughter, my friend? Yes, I have to watch out for the hawks every time I take my snakes out. And the wiener dog, dude, Panda. I'm just imagining you having leashes on your snakes, and then like running these snakes outdoors, bro, and then like unleashing your snakes, and then your snakes running around, and then you having to like scout for hawks, lest they steal your snakes, and then your snakes come back for like water, snackies. Unfortunately, those snakes don't work like that. But that's awesome, Panda. Thank you so much for sharing that. There's an owl by my house, and my cat is not allowed out at night. Yeah, that dude will. How big is the owl? Is it the barn owl? Because if it's the barn owl, your cat will get eaten. Oh, maybe that's what you mean. That's what you mean, isn't it, WC? That is exactly what you mean. Oh goodness, I'm sorry. I've seen eagles knocking goats off mountains to kill them and eat them on TV. Yeah, that shit was wild. It held on to that goat while killing it as well. That was even more impressive or terrifying. Raptors be scary, yo. They really do. Michelle, I've missed you, my friend. We keep Silky on a leash so she won't be taken by an eagle or owl or a hog. I hear mosquitoes. It was a weird fly. And that fly, I don't know what it is, but it has a very stabilized body, hovering type of movement, kind of longish body, so not like bulbous like a fly. And then that longish body has these little rings, yellow and black little rings. Also fly-esque facial features, and they always come in. They're curious about me, and they come and sit on me when I'm meditating. And I don't know if they sting, so it's always like a little bit of a get the fuck off me. So when he came and sat there, I was also thinking, I wonder if you're gonna hear him. You did, in fact, Michelle. Same. I've seen a video of them taking children too, and dropping them. What the hell? Wait, what? You have pet snakes? So cool. Wow, cool. Wow, wow, those flowers are amazing. Oh, your friends are seeing the flowers. Yeah, two bathrooms. Did you just boop? A flower snoot? If anybody was gonna do it, it had to be done. I've never seen a flower open before. Siobhan, I'm happy that I wasn't the only one that was tripping out about that, right? Like, I think before we end the stream, we'll go and do a few more. What? Look at the flowers. I've never seen those flowers. I'm so happy to be sharing it with you, WC. Toasty, I hope it didn't eat you. Was straight up a gift from the universe. Genuinely. Heather, like unequivocally just a gift from the universe. Holy shit, Mel, that is amazing. No, you, Rusty. No, you. Haha, Snip's hand. You know, I was like, oh, fucking hell. And I knew it was gonna happen as well, upon bringing it closer. Dry Historia, thank you for joining us, my friend. Hey, what's that? What's- She's growling at my dad welding. Nah, there's a little they don't usually get bigger than 1.5 meters. Look at this fly. Oh, yes, see. Melty, I think the worms are carried by the fleas, so we usually deflea first at home. We've been trying to deflea her, with like powders, talcum powders, and like anti-flea shampoo, but apparently they have cycles, right? So we have to like wash her now consecutively for a few days. I'm definitely gonna wash her again tomorrow. Like, I don't handle bad smells that well. Like, I can handle pretty much bad everything else. I can look at bad stuff and still try and find beauty in it. I'll be like, but I guess this informs me about what I do like in this world, and I guess I can do the same thing with smell, but the toleration level, looking can tolerate, hearing something horrible, less tolerated, smelling something horrible, very, very, very untolerated. But for a little being like this, I could probably tolerate anything. Almost touched her. I just made sure. Rem, don't drink water. Lol. Melty, I think that you were feeling just laying in bed for a bit this morning. Do that, my friend. Take care of yourself. As you're laying in bed, become aware of your body. Become aware of how the weight is distributed. Become aware of the rise and fall of your chest. Become aware of your positioning. If you're comfortable, your blankets, the texture that you feel, underneath and on top of you. Become aware of your pillow, how hard or how soft it is, how it is, the shape of it right now, how the crinkles look in it. No matter where you are aware. Oh, it's just a 1.5 meter worth of killing machine. Nothing too serious. Lol, House Cat would destroy them. All aboard the Uncle Becky stream train. Go and check Uncle Becky stream out, my friends. Please do. Please, please do. Like, I want to get to the bottom of the comments before saying goodbye. Man, my head is itching. Is there something on me? Maybe I'm just stripping myself out. Also, mad respect for you, Mel, to converse on the fly, not knowing what question slash comment is coming next. Thank you so much, Heather. I appreciate your love, my friend. Second, happy Saturday, friends. On the fly, not knowing. Okay, I'm not, I thank you. Just thank you. Heather, I appreciate your love. I cannot say thank you enough. And 1,000 hugs for being confident to be able to say, I don't have enough experience to answer this subject. So much love to you, Heather. I appreciate you appreciating us. You know, this is something we're doing together. This wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for you, friends. And I thank you for that. I used to have a cat. She was the nicest. However, my mom said we can't keep her because our house is small. Where, when in fact, she thinks that cats are wild animals and they should live in the forest. Shake my head. Mommy's pretty boy. When you live in your own house, you can have a dog or a cat, dude. No more mom's rules. Maybe next time Mel talks and we listen. No, not WC. Your friends are what's most important to me, dude. I would feel awkward if I was the one that was supposed to just be talking. I mean, I guess that's what we do sometimes when I get a little bit into a rant. But you friends are the ones that are the inspiration in those cases as well. So you friends saying things is what allows me to say things. And if you think the things I say have value, then you should thank yourself because you're the one that was the what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say the Horizon event. I don't know if that's the right terminology. You know, when maybe let's call it just fission or nuclear explosions. You know, like as soon as that atom gets enough energy to split, then it has enough energy to split the things around it. So you friends are that the split of that atom that creates the explosion that is the expression that we are. Oh, we are feral cats, domestic cats are different. I am ENFPBNJ. I don't know if we're being serious. I still don't know what that means, unfortunately. If two lightsabers were to touch, does it feel good? I feel it might vibrate. If you like things vibrating in your hand, I guess it could feel good. Vibrations. Ooh, another one just popped open. Vibrations can be good. I technically, music is vibrations that you can hear. So if you like the vibrations you can hear, you could potentially like the vibrations you can feel with your lightsaber. So yes, I think so. Mm. Gotta leave too, but I'm waiting for Uncle Becky to start the stream so I can upload it. Thank you, mommy's pretty boy. That's nice of you, friend. If you're into that sort of thing, then yeah, thank you for the wholesome, sweet friends. Thank you, Aunt B, for being the same. We appreciate you so much. I hope you've been doing well, my friend. The dog looks bored with all of this conversation. Wouldn't you be? I would be. This dog is just hearing me womp 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 womp. Like what? Why does he do that much? She has a domestic cat. Good luck on your test. Absolutely. Must run for now. I love you all. Thanks for the great conversation. And thank you, universe, for those flowers. Thank you, Heather, for sharing this moment with us, sharing that experience with us. I appreciate you as well. Have a wonderful day. Little hats of the snake. Little hats on the snakes. Little top hats. Maybe a little bow tie as well, underneath. If they stand up. It'd be the cutest thing ever. Killing ground bird like a mofo. Coyote got one of my cats once. That sucked. Goodness, Panda. Where do you live? Is your cup half full or half empty? Technically, it is like 1/5 full. Birds are usually indigenous to the area. Cats are brought by humans. Yeah, and unfortunately, what's happening right now in urban environments, the cats are devastating the bird populations. Like literally murdering, just like genocide level murdering. There is no doesn't exist. There's no spoon. Yikes! Coyotes on the roof can be ruthless. I'm so sorry, Panda. You know where was the biggest protagonist slash antagonist version of a fox that I've seen or coyotes that I've seen is in the Barnyard movie, where these coyotes like eat the chickens, and this cow just goes and beats down. That was my first introduction to coyotes as a kid. Yeah, I was stupid for buying a designer car. Ooh, ooh, designer cars, dude. You gotta pay. Cat, I'm guessing you're talking about designer cat. Beat me to it. There is no spoon, cat. There we go. Holy cow. Sorry to hear that. Very sorry. Also, puppies generally stink. No, they don't. No, they don't. Like, puppies don't generally stink. At least not in my personal experience of dealing with puppies. Puppies usually don't stink. They only stink very rarely when they get into something that is stinky. Toasty, did you see Buddy's new do? I couldn't believe how good he was because he usually makes it basically impossible. On me, I actually want to see as well. He had we have eight and they stink. No, stupid. We couldn't have known. Still getting ready. Blow drying my beard. Which is, of course, that thing. Get lost in it. Actually, get lost in it. No, he gets a badass haircut. Can't wait to see. I'm also curious, dude. He got a nice beard straightener, and I love it. A beard straightener? Probably has tines and then elements on the sides of them, right? And then you probably like comb it down. It's the only way I can imagine a beard straightener working. I can't. Would you have to clamp it? No. How does that work, Panda? You use a beard straightener. I'm happy I'm not the only one. I use one. It's magical. You also have a beard straightener, Toasty. What a freaking trip. How does it work? Like, explain it to me, dude. Was I close to how it actually works? Hit the nail on the head on poop. I'm so grateful Uncle Becky is off work today. We all are. We're gonna get to see Uncle Becky's stream. I'm looking forward to it. Pat self, I'm back. I actually have a podcast in 40 minutes that I have to get to. Whew. Pat self, I'm back for helping to get him do some melty. Yes, Panda. Pat's my back, imagining it to be your back. Yes, both of us patting your back right now. Yeah, that's a lot of different kinds. I'll send y'all a link to use. It was pretty impressive. Please do. Please do. I'm really curious, actually, man. I lived in North California. I use a round brush and I blow dry using the reverse curl method I learned back in Nam. Now I don't know what's happening anymore. Man, that flower is gonna pop open. I think we're going to go and watch that, and then we're going to end the stream for today. Oh, there it pops open. Damn it. Okay, this one though. This one's gonna pop open very soon. Can you see it properly? We're gonna boop a flower snoot. Boop that flower snoot. I said a boop that flower snoot. Boopity boopity boop. Thank you, friends. I appreciate you sharing this beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful day with me. Thank you for making existence better. Thank you for making existence better just by being you. For the love you share, for the time you share, for the presence that you share. I appreciate you. I love you. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, my friends. Love you.